Okay, hi folks. Special greetings to all of you from the Snow City inside Toronto. Today is a special day, the day we've all been waiting for. A day that we're going to listen to our friend, who will give us an overview of what is expected of us as new employees, what is expected of us as people who are even starting business from scratch. You're welcome once again. My brother, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Good. Today, we are privileged to have an important personality who will be sharing his thoughts, his experiences, his opinions on basic habits that cause financial challenges for newly trained teachers as well as people who have just started work. One good thing about our guest today is that he and I, we share the same background. Both of us are from a very poor background, and we are struggling to ensure that the families that will come out from us, or we are struggling to ensure that we will not remain the same.
Exactly.
He was a student leader. He's a teacher. Once a teacher is always a teacher.
Exactly.
He's a counselor, and he's a motivator. Help me welcome Mr. Jonathan Apam. You
Thank
welcome,
you
my
very
brother.
much. Thank you very much, Big Bro, for
It's
having me.
it's Thank you, my brother. It's good to know that he is the founder of Apam Inspires. You're going to see how he's actually going to inspire you this evening. My brother, how is life treating you?
By the grace of God, we are moving every inch, every day.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
that's good. It's good to have you here. Now
Thank you.
let's set the ball rolling.
Okay.
Based on your personal experiences, how will you explain habits to us?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Bismarck, for giving me this opportunity to talk to your audience and folks alike. You know, some of these discussions are very important. In as much as we want to have fun on social media and all of that, getting some of these programs every day is going to help us a lot. So, for me, um, if I want to deviate a bit from the normal definition or Google definition or book definition, I would say habits are activities we create.
Okay.
They are activities we create in our lives, our daily lives, and that decide or that kind of um, lead us to become who we want to become or who we don't even want to become. So habits are just activities that we create, series of activities we create every day, and it's leading us somewhere. Sometimes it can lead us to danger. Sometimes it can lead us to the right path. Sometimes it can lead us to success, failure, so on and so forth. So those are habits. Everyday activities are our habits.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. So as teachers or as teacher trainees or as newly trained teachers,
Mm.
when should we be mindful of our habits?
I think the day you set your foot in the college of education
Okay.
or university,
Okay.
or the day you realize, let's say somebody is listening and he's not a student or he's not been to university or college, the day you realize that you are human, you can make decisions for yourself, you must start checking your habits.
Mm.
Because you can't, if you wake up a day,
Mm.
brush your teeth, wash your face, wash down or bath, take your bath, and you decide I am going to work, you cannot take that journey and lead you to heaven.
Okay.
You will certainly land at your workplace, right?
Yeah.
So the habit of waking up, brushing your teeth, washing down, preparing yourself, taking your bag, and moving out of the house, it is leading you to your workplace.
Okay.
So the decisions you are taking from the college, the university, right from your young age, those habits will also serve as the same process leading you somewhere.
Okay.
So If you just realize that I'm in life, now I'm in life, and I have to take decisions for myself, that day you must start checking your habit. Because habit, one thing about it is that it becomes part of you that it becomes difficult to change. So
Okay.
once you become conscious of yourself and you still allow some habits that do not conform with your goals and your aspirations in the future, and you allow them to keep happening and keep happening, it will become more complicated for you. And a time will come, you wouldn't even know that this is a problem for you, because they are things that have lived with you and difficult to change. Even when somebody is advising you to change, it will be difficult to listen to the person because this is not how you have been brought up or you brought up yourself. So the very day you enter college, you enter university, you gain that consciousness that I need to do something to life, I need to find something in life. That very day, you must check your habits.
Okay. Now, thank you so much for that overview. So, as you are aware that the colleges of education actually form a thematic part of the lives of teachers,
Mhm.
what are some basic financial mistakes that we begin to commit right from the training colleges before we are even posted to the field? Is there any?
Okay, so in the College of Education,
Mm.
you see, most of us or most people will be coming from senior high schools.
Okay.
So the exuberance from senior high school is still there.
Okay.
And because in senior high school, somebody probably took care of you.
Okay.
I think there are few of youth today in senior high school who are being taken care of by themselves. There are few. Most of us or most people are now taken care of by parents, let's say foster parents, siblings, and all of that.
Okay.
So when you come into the tertiary level, you the first year you will still have that thought that somebody is taking care of you.
Okay.
You see, so you assume that, oh, uh, you are not taking your personal decisions. People are going to take those decisions to make you better.
Okay.
That is a big mistake. And also, the perception is that, okay, after senior high school, I was working for a particular company. They are paying me 10 CDs a month.
Mm.
Now I'm going to complete school, and they are going to pay me 1,500. That's a huge growth.
Okay.
That perception. So they don't think about anything else. They are fixated on that achievement.
Okay.
Once I complete school, I'll get a job and I'll be able to skyrocket my salary from 10 cities a month to, let's say, 1,500 a month. So to you, in your mind, that's a huge growth.
Mm.
But when you get into the reality, that is where you will know that that 1,500 was as low. Even maybe the 10 Ghana city you were taking was better.
Mm.
So all of these decisions will affect you in the future, because when you zoom into the teaching, which we'll be talking about
Mm.
shortly,
Okay.
there are so many mistakes you are going to make because of this perception you had in college.
Mm.
So if you don't work on that perception,
Mm.
trying to understand that, okay, now this is life. When I am done with college, what next? If you don't ask yourself those questions,
Mm.
and you just fixate yourself on, let me complete these courses, let me be posted, and things will work well, you will finally commit yourself into a pit that you will be finding it difficult to come out.
Okay.
And you see, many people in college of education, universities, and all of that, apart from the book, they don't think anything else. People should have been coming out from college of education, universities, with certificate and skills they have learned by themselves.
Okay.
So I'm a college student, yes, but can I learn anything extra? Let's say video editing while I'm on campus. Can I learn something extra? Let's say picture taking or photography or videography. Can I learn something extra like web designing, like graphic designing? Can I do that? Because if you're in college, that studentship is in your mind. So learning anything in college is easier.
Okay.
The moment you complete, your mind is like you have let me rest. So it's not going to be easy for you to complete college and come home to now study courses. But it'd be easier for you to study some of those things while on campus. These are the mistakes we do. So when you don't come out with some of these skills and you come out just with your certificate as a teacher and a qualified teacher and they post you to teach, then you realize, oh, that was not a growth. It
Okay.
was rather something like more or less a trap to let you think that you are making it, but my brother, you are not making it yet. So those are the petty mistakes. I don't think they are petty. They are huge because many people are committing it. So these are huge mistakes that our students make. Even ourselves, we did it before we completed college. So if you
Okay.
ask me, that's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, let me begin to ask some specific questions.
Okay.
What are some basic mistakes
Hmm.
that most newly employed, maybe workers in Ghana? We
Okay.
can talk about newly trained teachers, newly
Mm-hmm.
recruited teachers. We can talk
Mm-hmm.
about nurses,
Mm.
those who work in local government and all those places. What are
Mm.
some basic errors they commit in the first year of their employment?
Okay. So, first year you're employed, you're happy, everything is fine, you are going for your biometrics, that happiness is there. Some will start to be calling land agents, asking of land prices, how much is this land? I'm waiting for my, that's the truth. I'm waiting
Okay.
for I'm waiting for my back pay. So, how much is a land? You know, let me know the prices of land. Some will be asking the prices of motorbikes, the prices of cars. Some are asking for the prices of big television in their room, big couches. They have arrived. Let me rent this chamber and hall. Let me try to design it very neatly. This is a young guy. Well, these are huge mistakes, and when you get into this, 5 years is so small. You can take 10 years to come out of such mistakes. So they just assume that I have arrived.
Mm.
And you see, to be sincere with you, I don't have data on this, but I am pretty sure it might be right.
Okay.
That many of us who go to College of Education, nursing training colleges, polytechnics, and co, we are from middle and deplorable class of society.
Yeah.
Most of us, our families are poor. How many times do you see an MP son in the College of Education? How many times have you seen the medical doctor's son in the College of Education? How many times have you seen a minister's son, in the College of Education? How many times have you seen the president of the country's son in a College of Education? Or a party's national chairman's son in a College of Education? We should be frank and sincere to ourselves. We are poor in the colleges of education. Then, when we come out of the college, we think we have arrived now. We think we are done with poverty, and that thought, it's forcing you to put all your effort into amassing some kind of properties. You think you are muzzled enough to get a land fast, to build a house fast, to buy a car fast, to become a better person quickly, get a nice family, and things will be moving smoothly, and they will be seeing you on vacations, and they will see you at resorts and beaches. That is wrong. You are still in the ditch. Coming out as a teacher and
But
taking
but
1,500.
but do you seek to say that it's out of place for new employees, newly recruited nurses, teachers, and those things to begin to think about their long-term goals of putting up houses, buying cars, the very first day they begin to work?
Okay, it actually depends on your goals,
Okay.
but the general um, decision making factor here is that you are still trying to solve your finances,
Okay.
and you don't solve your finances with a meager salary. You can't even solve your finances with something that cannot contain your monthly expenses.
Mm.
You are working, they pay you 1,500. Your expenses, okay, your expenses, it's like, let's say, 2,000 or 2,500. It means every month you are in deficit.
Okay.
You need to look for extra money to complete the month.
Okay.
You have not solved your finances yet. So such a person should not be looking for a land to buy.
Mm.
Such a person shouldn't be looking for a house to buy. Such a person shouldn't be looking for a car to buy. You are not yet, financially muscled enough to look for that. It's a goal. It's a nice
Okay.
goal.
Mm.
But try to solve the finances first. Now you're a teacher. Ask how you can improve the income
Okay.
based on what you have. Okay, how much can I spend so that I can save something small to invest somewhere that can add additional income to my income? These are the thoughts that will take you out of poverty completely. But the thought that, okay, I've arrived, let me support this family member, let me take this family member to this, let me do that, let me buy this, let me before you realize,
Mm.
you are now even taking less than the salary they were giving you, because you are going to be indebted. You might take loans to go for education, extra or further education, which is good, but there has implications. Maybe we'll be talking about that, I'm sure.
Okay.
And you'll be taking so many financial decisions that
Mm.
will drain your income. So your
Okay.
income will shrink to, let's say, 50% or 40%.
Mm.
Imagine a teacher whose salary is 2,000, net salary is 2,000. And now, at the end of the day, banks, institutions, and all of that will take everything, and you are getting like 800 or 1,000 Ghana cedis. You have a wife, you have a child. Just put this scenario like a TV and watch it and see how horrible that movie will be.
Okay, you've just spoken about trying calling families, trying to help this family member, trying to do this, trying to
Mm.
do that. What roles do family expectations play in some of these basic financial errors that we're talking about?
Huge, oh. They play almost 80% role in our
Okay.
financial problems,
Mm.
because the families feel entitled.
Mm.
Your brother feels like we were born from the same tummy. We're
Okay.
born from the same womb. So if you have completed college and you have a job, you must help me.
Okay.
The parents are also expecting that they were able to take care of you, so you must give them back. The extended family
Mm.
are also thinking that the whole family, we now have a teacher. To them, that is a professor. That's almost like a doctor. So they are going to put demands on you, looking at your status as a teacher only, not looking at your status from the salary perspective.
Okay.
They don't care how much you earn. They don't even want to know how much you earn. All they know is that you're not a teacher. At the end of the month, you take salary from government, and it's consistent and sustainable. They will pay you at all costs.
Mm.
So the pull from these families, and you see the trick that those families use, they use emotions.
Okay.
They make you feel like if you don't do this, this is a big sin. Like they play on that emotional attachment you have with them.
Mm.
So you become uncomfortable, and it's almost like if you don't give, you have done the unworthy thing on this earth. You've done the the worst on this earth. So these contribute to your decision making. So, for example, let's say when you were young, or you when you before you went to college of education,
Mm.
you you didn't have you and your family, you didn't have a house, you were renting. Now you're a teacher. What is the pressure? The pressure is that Mr. Bismarck, you now a teacher, come home and get a land and build something for us to stay in. Your father and your mother, we are dying. We cannot be renting anymore. People are insulting us. You see, this will put a huge burden on you. And
Jonathan,
yes.
you know our cultural perspective in Ghana or as Africans.
Mm.
Are you trying to change the dynamics of how we uphold our external or our nuclear family system? Are you now educating people to ignore helping their families? Are you
Mm.
advising people to maybe ignore plea of those who have taken responsibility of them? What
Ah,
exactly are you saying in this regard?
okay. So it is one of those cultural um, attachments is
Mm,
one of the problems affecting Africa, and it's one of the reasons many people in Africa are poor. Because every family in Africa, almost every family in Africa, feels entitled of the person they have taken care of.
hmm,
They feel entitled.
okay.
I am of the view that when you take care of somebody and the person get to a certain level, they can take care of themselves.
Okay.
Allow them to adjust.
Okay.
Allow them to amend the financial situation and put it at a standard they can help the way they want, because nobody wish to avoid the family. Nobody wish.
Mm,
We have that attachment, that bond, that we want to make it on time. As a matter of fact, most of us, the pressure on us to make it is not even on ourselves. It's because we want to, feed home.
okay.
As they always say, we left
Left
home to
home.
feed home.
Yeah.
Every perception of us is that we want to feed home, we want to make
Okay.
home better.
Mm,
So if they could allow space, that's my view. If the family could allow space, or if they are not allowing, if you yourself could create that space for yourself, try to sit the family down. See, when I completed college, I after a year, I have a brother, I have two sisters who were in senior high school, and a brother had also almost completed senior high school.
mm,
I sat them down and I told them, you guys might think I'm better off today because I'm taking salary. But trust me, assume that all of us are in the pit, or we are drowning in water.
mm,
And assume that as we are drowning in water, I have seen a small stick and I held it. Once I allow all of you to hold me, we will all sink back. When I told them this scenario, I made them understand that yes, I want to help everybody. As a matter of fact, I was the one who took them to senior high school, so they knew I am capable and willing to help.
mm,
But spare me, look for jobs, try your best, try your best on something. You see, the problem we make is that we allow the families to depend on us entirely, whereas they can also be working and supporting the dream. So that dream of we overcoming poverty in the family should be a collective dream, a collective decision by the family, so that the burden will not only be on you. That's what I'm trying to say. Not to avoid the family, but explaining your concept of goals and objectives to the family, making sure they align with the goals. Because can you imagine? I'm working so hard and somebody is sleeping only to take the money from me and spend. And the person is above 18 years.
mm.
They are allowed to have immoral, what do you call, relationships.
Okay.
They are allowed to vote, but they are not allowed to take care of themselves. They have to. I think the only people who might be so vulnerable are the parents.
Okay.
So if you're able to sponsor the life of your parents to some level that at least they can comfortably live and be healthy and survive and wait for you to now get some money to build a house, to give them the comfort, is far better. Don't just enter into the job and start doing all of these at once.
Okay. Thank you. Now, there is this popular saying that all professionals can boast, but
Mm-hmm.
the teacher taught them all.
Mm-hmm.
Engineers, doctors, what have you,
Mm-hmm.
you've all
Mm.
attended school from the basic school to the university or what have you.
Yes.
Newly trained teachers are posted to schools. They
Mm-hmm.
begin to associate themselves with existing teachers with vast number of experiences, doctors, nurses, they associate with those who are already in the service.
Yes.
What financial mistakes, what habits do some of these existing workers indirectly make some of these newly recruited people begin to commit that will, at the end of the day, complicate their financial goals?
They give them pressure.
Okay.
Pressure. Your colleague that was in senior high school with you is now a banker and he has a car.
Okay.
That intimidates you. You feel like he's running ahead of you. You feel like he's making it and you are stagnant.
No, Mr. Apam, excuse me. No, I'm talking about existing workers in a particular workplace. For example,
Okay.
I am already teaching in school A,
Okay.
and
I
you
get
have
you.
now been posted
I
to
get
our
you.
school.
Okay.
Do the existing teachers, do the existing nurses, doctors, or what have you, indirectly make some of these newly recruited people to begin to commit some financial mistakes?
Yes, they advise them wrongly.
Okay.
They advise them wrongly. When I was posted, one teacher sat me down and told me, Apam, you are very young. If you could get some loan and start buying a house, a land to build, by the age of 30, you will have your house
Okay.
and you'll be comfortable.
Mm.
So what I did, I visited him and I saw where he was living.
Mm.
I made him take me to his project site.
Okay.
And teaching for almost 18 years, his building was still at the lintel level. That alone was a volume that I had to learn from. So they use some of their situation to advise you wrongly.
Okay.
Because he has been teaching for 18 years and now his house is at lintel level, he feels like if he started on time, he would have achieved it.
Okay.
But that is not the goal. See, I have the passion that people should take their life off these material things
Mm.
and build personality that attracts some wealth. Then they'll go back and get the material things easily. But these teachers who have been in the system for long, or these other employees who have been in the system for long, will just quickly advise you, you have just come, take some loan, go and further your studies, get another degree, get your bachelor's or your master's. It will add additional value to you. It's true. But sit down and quantify the additional value it's going to add to you.
Okay.
You are going to spend, let's say, 10,000, 20,000 to go for another degree.
Mm.
And when you are done, it will take you about 5 years to be promoted or upgraded. And when you are upgraded, they add, let's say, less than 300 Ghana cedis to your salary. Calculate how many months do you need? How many years would it take you to recoup the money you spent on the education? If you do this analysis, then you will realize that it's a gain in terms of certificates, in terms of upgrade, but it's a loss in terms of finances. So a person who doesn't have financial muscle should not be thinking like this. They should be thinking, how can I improve my income? I am a teacher. Okay, how can I do it? Like we were talking the last time. Okay, let me print some t-shirts for schools. Let me do some extra classes. Okay, let me come on social media and help the algebra that people are struggling with. Let me come on social media and help people to understand easily to speak English. Let me be doing drop shipping. Let me be doing affiliate marketing. These are things you think adding more value to yourself, even higher than certificate that you would have gone for. And now when you elevate your finances, you say, okay, now let me go for the masters. At that time, you're not even supporting the masters or sponsoring the masters with your salary. You're not even sponsoring the masters with a loan. You have a business kind of that is running and bringing some money, and you want to take part of it to go for a master's degree. That is growth. That is upgrade. But if you allow the existing teachers, existing co-workers to use their situation to advise you to hurry up, and you really hurry up, When you fall, you might not wake up. It will be very, very difficult. And one of the difficult things to entangle yourself with is to get captured by the system. Once the system captures you like this, now brother, it's tough.
Okay, you've just spoken about affiliate marketing and what have you. Will it also be a financial mistake if newly employees maybe have taken loan to set up a business?
Yes,
In which sense?
it is. See, I have a principle, and I think this principle is taught by many financial experts.
Okay.
You take a loan to improve a business. You don't take a loan to start a business. The reason is that every business has the potential of failing immediately it started.
That's true.
It's 50-50. You can start a
Yes.
business today and tomorrow it collapses.
Mm,
The reason is that you are now going to test the idea.
mm,
Even though somebody is doing it and it's working,
mm,
yours might not work.
mm.
Even though another person, your co-friend or your colleague, you are in the same school, you are in the same house, even though he is already profiting from that business, you can fail
Okay.
because you are going to meet different customers. You are going to communicate differently. You are going
Mm,
to organize yourself differently.
mm,
So it can fail. So the thing about business, if you ask me, I would say no matter how small your money is, start with your own money.
mm,
Figure out how the business runs, the income level, the profit level, the
mm,
expenditure level, the commitment level. How much do I need to commit myself and how much do I have to make if I commit this kind of energy? Once you do that for like 6 months or 1 year and you realize it's working,
mm.
you can now say, okay, if I take X amount of loan and I put in every month, I can get X amount of money and take part of that money to pay back the loan.
Okay.
See, the biggest mistake salary workers do is they take loan.
Mm,
Oh, man, salary workers are just acting as leadership of Ghana.
okay.
You see, our leaders take loan,
Mm,
huge loans from China,
mm, mm,
and construct road,
mm.
and they remove toll from the road. The roads don't generate income.
Okay.
They take loan
Mm,
and invest in things that don't bring back the money. And then we tend to use our pocket money and our resources and the taxes we collect to pay back the loan.
okay.
Whereas loans are supposed to pay themselves. That's why when you go to the bank to take the loan, they ask you, what are you going to use the money for?
Okay.
They want to know that reason because it is the reason that is going to pay back the money, not the salary. The salary is only serving as a guarantee to the bank that definitely they will get back their money.
Mm,
But you, as an individual, should know that when you take a loan from the bank, the loan has to repay itself. And by the way, it has to be producing income from the loan. So if you are taking the loan to start a business that you don't even know you are going to make profits, maybe in 1 year you're going to just break even. You don't even know. So for me, I have the principle that start the business with whatever you have. Build the connections, build the ideas, understand the business environment. Then when it's working for you, you say, okay, let me expand. So you take the money and then you expand the business. You expand the business. That way already you know how the business works. So even if there's a shock after the loan, you can find a way to solve it quicker than you would have solved it when you started. This is my viewpoint. But some way, somehow, financially, sometimes there's lack. So some people take loan and quickly it works. That person might advise you to also go and take it, but you have to really consider a lot of factors before you do that.
wow. Wow. When you were talking, something just hit me.
Okay.
Most of us now, maybe teachers, nurses, or what have you, we have this business mentality.
Mm.
So most of us would like to even use maybe most of us would like to take loans to buy car for these, how do they even call them now?
Uber, taxi.
Uber, taxi, and what have you. Is that also a financial mistake in
See,
in the lives of these newly recruited employees?
every business is not guaranteed. Even buying, stocking farm produce
Mm,
and waiting for the price to go up so that you
mm,
sell.
mm.
It looks like it's a guaranteed business, but it's not.
Okay.
You can buy the product, keep it, and the price will never go up. You can buy the product and bacteria will infect it and it will damage. You can buy the car, give it to a bad driver, and every week you have to even send him money to repair the car.
Mm,
So have the goal. I want to buy one taxi and give it to somebody to drive for me. How many months can I save money to be able to get the goal? And that is where you need to improve your finances.
mm,
If you're able to improve your income by investing in other things that you don't need money, just like we're saying, if you want to invest in designing t-shirt for people, you will collect their money to design for them.
oh, yeah.
You don't need your money to do it.
Yes.
If you want to do a business like what do you call affiliate marketing, or you want to link customers to a business or to product and make some commission, you don't need your money to start it. If you want to organize extra classes, you don't need your money to start it. So if you do these petty things, the money that is coming, you'll be collecting that money to support life so that your income will increase. If your income is able to increase by, let's say, 10%, 20%,
Mm,
if it increases by 20%, you will now be able to save more than you used to do. So if you are able to quantify that and say, okay, in the next 2 years, I'm going to save money, and save the money in a way that it will not lose value, we'll be talking about that. So people just take the money, put on mobile money, or put in a bank account and say they are saving. You are not saving, you are losing money.
okay.
So if you're able to save the money for like that 2 years, then you're able to buy even a used car. Okay, a used car. That will give you experience to now say, wow, this thing is working. Oh,
Mm,
let me take some loan and get the second car. Already you have a first car with your own money. That's a buffer. So if the second car comes with a loan and is not able to pay itself, the other car will be paying it for you to accommodate the pressure for some time. These are the mindset you need to have. But if you just go zoom, actually, like I said, some do it and it works. It doesn't mean you should always do it too. It's a personal decision, but these are guidelines. Now, I said you should save your money in a way that it will not lose value.
mm,
Let me just talk briefly on that. When you put your money in the bank, 10,000 cedis, if that money could have bought 10 bags of cement in the next 2 months, it cannot even buy nine.
yeah.
That means your money has been in the bank safe, but it has lost value.
Mm,
It can lose up to 10%,
mm,
5%, 2%, name it. So when you are saving, contact the banks, have a plan. The banks have personal investment plans for, let's say, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Put the money in such plan, which gives a percentage of interest on
mm,
the money. That will cover for inflation. Or you put the money in a treasury bill where every month when it rolls over, you add the other savings. You add on it, you add on it. So you are increasing the savings and you're also getting some additional value on the money that will cover for inflation. Or you put your money in a higher currency. If you can open a dollar account, a British pound account or something, and keep that money there, when inflation comes, your money would have doubled or increased in terms of exchange rates. These are the financial principles you need to know so that you can protect your money, your savings, to be able to get the goal. Otherwise, you'll be saving all right, but if the car is costing 10,000 cities today, in the next 2, 3 months, or 5 or 6 months, the car will increase, the price of the car will increase. That means you will continue to save and save and save, and you will not reach the goal. So those are the small financial lessons you need to know.
Now, from the beginning, you made a statement that I still have at the back of my mind, that even though you do not have a data on uh, the kind of families maybe most teacher trainees, nursing trainee
Yes.
come from, you are sure that most of these people come from middle income or poor families.
Yes.
Now, our governments all over the years have been trying to provide some form of financial assistance for most people who are from these families to be able to also attain their goals.
Yeah.
So they've introduced these student loans. So most students who go to the university, the polytechnics, the teacher trainee, the nursing trainees, and all that view, they try to access some of these loans with the intention that when they begin to work, the government will now hold them responsible for
Yeah.
them to pay back the loan. Does this
Yeah.
have any financial implication on those who are starting life?
Yes, it does. Even when you go to the Western world, many young people are indebted because of student loan, especially in the US.
Okay.
Some people become so indebted that they have to file bankruptcy because of student loan.
Mm.
So it's a problem. It's really a problem. But
Mm.
it looks almost like we have no option.
Mm.
So the good thing about it is that it's not a huge money. So they are giving you some kind of relief,
Mm.
even though it's a loan, but
Mm.
it kind of relieves you to complete the school, and kind of it's not so huge in terms of repayment.
Mm.
Sometimes you are paying 100 cedis a month, sometimes you are paying 200 cedis a month. So you can say it's minimal. But what people have to put in mind is that if the moment you take this loan, already just know that it's like you have taken an overdraft.
Okay.
You don't have money in your account and you are struggling. So you tell the bank, give me money. When my money comes, you will take it.
Okay.
So already you should know that when your colleagues are going to take 1,500, you are not taking 1,500.
Mm.
So your decisions should not be the same.
Yeah.
If they are running helter skelter to amass lands and buy properties and get the best motorbikes to ride,
Mm.
you should be concentrated on how to eliminate that loan as soon as possible so that you can proceed.
Mm.
Or you need to take other financial decisions.
Mm.
Because if you take the same decisions, you see, we also need to understand that even though I say most of us are coming from poor families, some people actually in the College of Education who are also your colleagues, sometimes they have they have uncles, they have aunties, they have
Mm.
some family members who have been able to climb the ladder.
Mm.
So maybe you and I are the first people in our families who are trying to break through.
Mm.
If we compare our decisions to such people, we
Mm.
will be making mistakes.
Mm.
Because that person is waiting for the uncle in UK to come and take him.
Mm.
That person is waiting for his auntie in US to send him an invitation at any time and he will go. Such person can make any decision. They have a buffer. They have at least they have a collateral kind of support. You might not have, I might not have. So I need to be taking my decisions very carefully. Let me clear this loan and then proceed to do another thing. Let me do this step by step, step by step. Before you break it, you cannot just run, boom. You see, we watch all these war movies, and when you see a lot of crowd fighting one person, all of them will run, and the one person will just kill all of them. Another
Mm.
group will just. That's how life is. If you run against life easy, quickly, it will bounce at you, and the shock is not easy, my brother. The shock is not easy. It's not
Okay,
easy.
you have spoken about most of us willing to go to upgrade ourselves in terms of education. We have the certificates, we have what have you, and sometimes governments want to show some level of appreciation to employees, and they increase salary with some percentage. So
True.
when salaries are increased, we see an appreciation in what we take home. And this normally lead a lot of employees to try to change their lifestyle.
Okay.
If the person is in a single room, the person will want to get a chamber and hall and what have you. What can we do to be able to save some of these increment that comes on our salaries?
Okay. The basic principle is that if your salary increases, stay at the same level.
Okay.
If you want to fight poverty, if your salary goes up, still stay at the same level you were. The moment you increase your level of living or your standard of living, it means your salary did not even increase.
Okay.
You will still be living the same hard life.
Mm.
Assuming you were able to save 1,000 cedis from your salary. Now your salary is up to, let's say your salary was 4,000 and you were able to save 1,000. Now the salary goes up to 5,000. And you have moved from your single room to a chamber and hall, and you are now paying more. You might even be forced to save 500 instead of 1,000. So you see, you are not just working to live. You are working because job is the starting point of wealth creation.
Okay.
So you need to have that concept that I am working to gather money to sponsor my dream. What is your dream? What is your goal? Your goal is not to just stay as a normal employee till you die. Even if you want to stay as an employee, one day you should become the chief marketing officer. One day you should become the regional director. One day you should become you should go to the managerial level. But if you're only thinking of let me upgrade my life, let me upgrade my life, let me get this, let me get that, you can't reach there. You see, so when your salary increases, stay at the same level. Even if you can reduce it, anything you cannot live with, without, you have to buy them. But anything you can live without them, eliminate them. Once you do that, we say one of the ways to increase your income is to reduce your expenditure. The moment you are able to reduce your expenditure, your income is shooting up marginally. So I'm earning 4,000. I spend 3,000. I only save 1,000. Now I'm able to find out that there are some things in my expenditure that can be taken out. And I'm able to take out like things worth 1,000 cedis. That means I can now save 2,000. So financially, it's like your income has increased, even though the income generally hasn't increased, but your savings can now increase. So when we talk like this, somebody will sit home and say, "Nkofo, they don't know what they are talking about. Do you know what we go through?" Yes, it is hard. That is why we call it life. You live it. It's hard, but you live it. And that is why you must even find a way to stop the expenditure, more expenditure. When government is going down in terms of finances, they stop expenditure. If they don't stop expenditure, we will go bankrupt. So you need to put all these concepts into personal life. You also can go bankrupt. So you need to pause spending at a point in time.
Wow. So, my brother, how can newly trainees set realistic financial goals that will help them accomplish their long-term visions?
There is a problem. The problem in our society is big.
Okay.
We live in a society that you need to buy a car to show people that you have made it or you are growing. And when somebody has a house, 2 bedroom or 1 bedroom, they can boldly tell you that what I've achieved, you have never achieved it before in your life. you get the point.
Yeah.
They will tell you, even some teachers will tell their colleagues when they get some small argument, are you normal? What I've achieved in my life, you cannot achieve it in your entire life.
Yeah. That's
Two
true.
bedroom. If he goes on retirement today, that 2 bedroom, he cannot cut some and eat. He cannot cut some and go to hospital. But he's so much into it that he has achieved. You see, when you do some of these things, you need to understand that what can I do now so that in the near future I'll be able to be free financially. As a newly trained teacher, you still have to believe you have not arrived.
Mm.
Sometimes teaching might not even be the job forever.
Mm.
Sometimes teaching might not even be your calling. Teaching should not, it might not be the thing that is going to save your life. And if you do it consistently for 10 years and things are not working, you need to change. You see, so have that goals. Yes, have those goals that, okay, I'm going to do this for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years and see what's going to happen. I'm going to put 1 or 2 or 3 measures in place and see the outcome. If after 5 years, the outcome is not coming, are you not going to take another decision? You should. So just sit down and analyze yourself first, right after college. Once you are employed, sit down,
Mm.
ask yourself, brother, what do you need in this life? How are you going to get them? From the salary you're going to take, are you sure you can get them? And what are the measures to be put in place to make sure you get them? How can you treat the family? How are you going to treat the societal pressure? What are you going to do to guard your dreams and your goals? In the next 10 years, who do you want to become? Once you start asking yourself these questions, you will guard your expenditure, you will guard your decisions, you will even guard your emotions. People cannot affect you with their decisions anyhow. And this is how you focus on the goal because you have a goal. But when you just come in and it's the normal things everybody is doing that you want to do, by the time you realize there is no goal again and you are just playing in the system, like you're just running helter skelter. You run from here, come here, go and take this one, come here, go and take this one. And you become busy. That's why your shoes will spoil. Your shoes will spoil on time because you are walking every day. Busy, but nothing is coming out. So when you come out of college, calm down. Accept that yes, this is life. I need to take decisions, and my habits will define me in the next 5, 10 years. If I stay in this system anyhow, I'm going to be like that teacher who has been teaching for 10 years and still using a motorbike that is bringing out smoke. If I stay in this system anyhow, in the next 10 years, I'm still going to be like that teacher who complains about money every day. The moment you think like this, you open your mind to find solutions. You will look for the right people. You will start researching. You will start questioning. But when you don't ask yourself these questions, you just sit aloof and allow things to be happening.
Today you are just somebody say you are just bossing my brain. But when we were talking about behaving as if you have not arrived and blah blah blah, I want to ask that what are the significance of participating in these credit unions or saving groups in relation or in respect of maybe people who have just started work? Maybe today or this year, what should they do? How would these credit unions or cooperative credit unions or savings associations help them?
See, I would differ a bit.
Okay.
It might be disappointing, but I would differ a bit. For me, I'm strong with my decisions. Cooperatives, insurance companies, Susu savings and loans, mutual funds, all of those ones, I swear, they will not save you.
Okay.
And they will tune your mind to think poorly.
Okay.
Because the message they tell you is that, brother, put something somewhere. Someday you're going to be struggling and you come for this money and help yourself.
Very true.
The idea behind taking your money is to let you feel secured so that you make unnecessary bad decisions. And when you are locked up, you go to them and seek fund and they will give you to support yourself. This will keep you poor. Number two, they are investing your money.
Very true.
They don't keep it.
Mm.
If they keep it, it loses value.
Mm.
So they take the money, they have ideas. They are intelligent and smart people who come together with beautiful ideas. They will take the money and come together as a cooperative. They will invest.
Mm.
If the return is 20%, they give you 2%.
Mm.
If the return is 5%, they give you 0.5% or 1%.
Mm.
So find a way to discipline yourself so that you can save your money too. You can.
Mm.
It's because of indiscipline. That's why people have to go to those people.
Mm.
Indiscipline. If you can save, why do you have to have a life insurance in Ghana,
Mm.
which doesn't work as it works in US,
Mm.
which doesn't work as it works in Canada? If it was working like it's working in Canada and US, fine. But why do you, I mean, sign up a funeral policy for your grandmother, your brother, sorry, your father, your mother, and be paying 200 Ghana cedis to an insurance company every month, with the perception that if they die, yeah, I'm not going to get money to bury them. Let me put this money somewhere. When they die, I'll go for it. I don't think this is right.
Okay, so you have spoken about saving the money. So how can we develop these saving habits? Because saving is not easy.
Uh-huh.
Saving is not easy.
Yeah.
And let me give you this scenario before you even answer my question.
Mm.
Based on the part of the world we are coming from,
Mhm.
you have started work. And since you were in college, you have maybe started deducing strategies of saving money. The first month your salary has come, they've paid you 1,000. You decided to save 300 cedis. The next month you saved 300 cedis. The next one you saved. By the time you be saving for the fifth time, you just hear that your grandmother or your one of your siblings was returning from Accra and fell on the Atimpoku Bridge. The person fell on the Atimpoku Bridge into the sea. They need assistance from you. Once you are saving, you are tempted to go for this money to be able to save this family member. So how can we develop that saving habit, that saving strategy
Okay.
in our lives to ensure that the long-term goal you have spoken about, we will be able to accomplish it? How
So
do we do it?
you lock your savings.
Okay.
If you remember, I mentioned that don't put the money in the bank.
Okay.
Don't put the money in mobile money. Put the money in a fixed deposit that has a term.
Okay.
Put the money in a personal fund.
Mm.
Personal funds, if you choose 3 years, when
Mm.
it's not 3 years and you go for it, you will lose it. You will lose part of it.
Mm.
So that discourages you to go for it.
Mm.
If you put in treasury bill and it doesn't mature and you're going for it, you lose part of it. So it will discourage you for going for it.
Okay.
Put it in something that, or some investment plans that you can't easily get it.
Okay.
So that when circumstances come, you will find an alternative to solve it
Okay.
rather than going for the savings.
Mm.
Now, this is my principle.
Mm.
My principle is that my savings belongs to my goals. It doesn't belong to me again.
Mm.
When I put money in savings, I assume it's not mine again.
Okay.
So when you ask me for anything, even if you are dying, excuse me to say, I don't have money.
Mm.
That money is not mine. It's not mine. It's for my goals. It's not
Mm.
mine.
Mm.
Have this perception. You need to have that burning desire. I want to achieve this. And if you have that burning desire, taking the money will be so painful that you will not take it.
Okay.
For example, I'm saving to travel to US to study.
Mm.
If traveling to US to study is so important to you, and it's like the only decision that can change your life, if you make it that way and you're passionate about this decision, do you think you will not save?
You will.
You will save. But if you have the, hey, minya USB and Kameko, if I got US, well, maybe I'll go. You would save and take it because you see the mentality is different.
Mm.
I'm praying that maybe if God permits, I will be able to go to US and study. So let's see, whatever happens. This is not a decision. This is a fantasy. So we shouldn't build savings on fantasies. Build savings on a purpose, on a passion. The thing about savings is worthless, it's useless if it doesn't have a goal.
Okay.
If you are just saving and saving and saving, what you cannot save to get million from your job. You cannot save to make a millionaire. So it should have a purpose. I'm saving to improve my life by traveling. I'm saving because I want to invest in a certain business. I'm saving because I want to pay for some property. This should be the mindset. If that is the mindset and the passion is attached to the goal, you will be compelled to save, and you will find mediums and ways to lock the money in a way that even if somebody swallows a shovel, you will find a way to solve it rather than going for your savings.
Okay. Now, you have spoken about the fact that most newly employee, or yes, most newly trained teachers, employees, or what have you, once they begin working, they have some level of misconception about the work. They want to go to school. They want to buy houses and do what have you. Based on your experiences, when should a newly recruited teacher, nurses, or what have you, begin to personally develop him or herself in terms of their academic journey?
Okay. Like I did say, solve the financial issues first. How do I mean? Try to get additional income sources. Things that you can easily do even if you don't have huge savings and be able to make some money out of it. Now, if you go to university, probably you'll be paying like 3,000, 4,000 Ghana cedis a year. If you're able to do a business that can generate 2,000 cedis profit in a month or 1,000 profit in a month, okay, and you're able to save 50% of the profit, it means that if you were supposed to go and take loan to sponsor the education, you can now use part of your profit from business to support the education. It makes you feel relaxed because let's say you have taken steady leave, your salary will come. You are not even working for the government, but the salary will come because you are going to educate yourself to come and help. Then you are also doing these part-time businesses that bring additional income. Will you feel the pain when you are paying school fees? No. But consider somebody who just came and they advised him that go to school. And he went to a bank and told them, I'm looking for loan to go to school. And they gave you the loan. Now, you see what always happens? You will take a loan of, let's say, 15,000 cedis to go to school. Then you go and pay only your first year school fees. The rest of the money, you will spend it. Then the subsequent school fees, you will now be looking for money elsewhere. Then you go to another financial institution, let them go and pay that loan off for you and give you some profit. So let's say the first loan was 15,000, you took it from Dallas. You will now go to another financial institution. They will go and pay the 15,000 off and give you 20,000 and take the 15,000 out so that you have profit of 5,000 from the loan. Then you now go and pay your school fees. You look at how complicated your life has become. So get personal development at the time you can support it or sponsor it with a little ease. I'm schooling now. I'm schooling also, and I'm almost completing. And I don't feel pain when I'm paying my school fees because I put those measures in place that the money that I used to pay the school fees is not coming from the salary. So
Okay.
I don't feel much pain. So get to that level. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. When they say you have to rush so that in the near 2 years, it's a lie. If you engulf yourself financially, it will take you 20 years. You will not even reach the goal. But if you are taking small steps, you will reach faster than somebody who is rushing to reach and engulfing themselves with financial decisions. One of the biggest problems to have on this earth is to see opportunities but cannot grab them because you don't have money. There are some people today, like I've always said to you, if you put a flight on their doorstep and tell them just bring $1,000, go to US and study, they cannot bring it out. So if you are saving, you are preparing yourself for opportunities. Whenever the opportunity knocks at your door, a colleague can call you, bro. Somebody needs t-shirts. Do you know somebody who can do it? Yes, I can do it. You have 1,000 Ghana cedis in your bank. You go and take it and do these rounds. By the time you turn that money over, it's about 2,000 Ghana cedis. So these are the perceptions I think teachers, colleagues, in this our 1 hour discussion, if you take your time to go through it and really conceptualize it and put it at the personal level of your life, I am very sure in the next 5 years, 2 years, even 2 years, if you start taking these decisions, life will, I mean, you will not get, as I'm sitting, I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I don't have what I want. But trust me, I'm not struggling. I'm not struggling. But if you put yourself in that state that you are struggling so hard, it becomes your issue becomes complicated and it's so difficult to solve it, and it gets difficult day in and day out.
Now, I think based on our discussion, our time is almost up.
Yeah.
What are some of the importance of joining financial education program for maybe newly trained teachers, nurses, and what have you? That's maybe like you are saying, maybe you an employee may hear that they are organizing a particular financial program here. They are doing this here. Does some of these things have any importance that would be able to open financial doors for newly recruited employees?
Huge impact. Huge impact. You know, when you go to college of education or nursing training, what do they teach? They teach you in a college of education how to help the child to learn,
Okay.
how to support the child. They teach you in the nursing training college on how to support patients and support doctors administer treatment. Where in the college of education or college of nursing do they teach you about finances?
Well,
They don't teach.
yeah.
So they teach you to go and help somebody's life, but your life they don't teach you.
Mm.
And in senior high school, you wouldn't have developed these financial skills. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
at that university level you should have grabbed these skills to help your life. And you didn't get it because you went to only learn a particular trade, like a particular area of life. So these financial institutions, I mean, financial educations and all forms of that, it is what is going to equip you with the knowledge you were supposed to have that you couldn't have.
Mm.
But unfortunately, we believe in ourselves and the ideas people share. We believe in our colleagues who come to say, Charlie, nkɔfo wɔ mama loan pal, they give loan at affordable price rate. Go there. Bro, this guy, he built his house yesterday. What are we doing? You rather give listening ears to the colleagues who will say some of these things, and you take your decisions based on what they say, not what you understand, not what you know. You see, so the financial education from these financial platforms is very crucial, especially if you didn't go to the university. At least in the university, they will teach you economics. You will learn some trade, you will learn accounting, you will learn finance. You see, there are courses there that imbibe these things into you somehow. But in College of Education and Nursing Training College and sometimes polytechnics, you don't get some of these trainings at all. So when you complete and you join the teaching field or you join the job field, it is important to look for books, look for platforms, look for clubs, look for groups that teach finances and all of that. And that should be your end game.
Think we should be wrapping up, but
Yes.
newly trained teachers, newly recruited nurses, doctors, or what, engineers, and what have you. This question is based on what you had told us that you had a colleague teacher who was asking you to also get a land and do blah, blah, blah.
Uh,
What are some of the things that we need to see in the lives of those who seems to be ahead of us before we can listen to them in terms of having a mentor or what have you?
Okay. So usually, sorry, coaches, when you are looking for a coach or somebody who can advise you, sometimes you look at their life, sometimes you don't look at their life.
Okay.
Sometimes you listen to the wisdom they are giving you. And not all wisdom translates into money.
Okay.
So people can have wisdom, they can be smart, but they are not rich.
Mm.
But when they advise you, you can take it and become rich.
Okay.
So we should be a bit skeptical when we are thinking that somebody needs to have A, B, C, D before he advises me.
Mm.
Because that person might be having the idea and the wisdom, but doesn't know how to apply it. But when he teaches you, you can apply it.
Okay.
So there's difference between knowledge, wisdom, and all of that. So
Yeah.
he has the knowledge to give you and use your own wisdom to apply it. But I think that when we get to our job areas, the people we should be looking up to, not to look up to somebody who is proud about he has built a one bedroom. No. Look at the one who is proud about the future he's thinking and organizing towards. Look at somebody who is well organized. The person who doesn't complain but always talk about solutions. In the staff meeting, when we are complaining, the one who wakes up to talk and brings the solution. Look up to those people. They are the people you can learn from. But the one who is always complaining, government is not paying us more salary, and this teacher union, they have my money, they are not giving me back. Don't look up to them. They are poorly minded. So you look up to people who have the mindset that zoom into the future. You know why I'm always concerned about the future?
Mm.
Because I know today. And the beautiful thing is that we are still young, energetic, and as far as we have health, we can even carry blocks to survive. But a time is coming, you cannot be 40 and standing on the street carrying blocks. It will even be degrading, like you will feel embarrassed. It will be mentally depressing to be 40 years and joining the queue with 25-year-old, 20-year-old to be looking for a job. You see, that is what I am trying to prevent. That's why I'm talking about the future, the future, the future, the future, the future. So let's have that mindset because now we can be surviving. Everything can be all right. But the time is coming, what you're doing, you will not be comfortable again. Imagine you are in a school, you are 45 years, getting to your 50, they just posted a 19-year-old guy to come and teach with you. And the person disrespects you. How would
Mm.
you feel? At that age, you should be the regional director or working at the headquarters or working at the regional office at something as a coordinator or somebody. When the child comes and he is a teacher or under you, there's some kind of respect. At least you will feel happy. But at that level, you are also at the level with the person. Even with your masters, you are at that level with the person. They will not respect you. So these are the ideas we need to have. Let's have our mind fixed on the teachers and our colleagues who are thinking of the future, planning towards it, taking the little actions, and then we can learn from them how they're able to organize their life.
Before I take leave of you, this is a young man who has been doing the best within his or her, within his ability
Okay.
to change financial situations in his family.
Mm-hmm.
Things couldn't work out for him.
Okay.
He messed up his financial opportunities. When you even get a plane and land it at his doorsteps, the person will not be able to get money.
Mm.
The person wouldn't even be able to pay $1,000 or 1,000 Ghana cedis to join the plane.
Yeah.
How can we help these people to be able to bounce back and
Okay.
start their lives again?
Okay. It's going to be tough, but it's possible.
Okay.
First of all, I'm giving a scenario. Let's assume that you slept in your bed, in your room. You switched the lights out or off and you slept. and only to wake up to see that you are in a pit on your bed. Your bed is in the pit and you are sleeping in it. Or you woke up to just see that you are digging. You have a shovel and a pickaxe. You are digging in a hole, a very deep hole.
Hey,
Sorry,
okay.
a very deep hole. The first thing you will do is to stop digging. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Because the moment you keep digging, you are going to be lost forever and you will not even know where you are. And once you stop digging, you will now ask yourself the question, how can I come out? Then your mind will be like, okay, use the pickaxe, dig some small, small holes, and climb and see if you can see some light. So when you find yourself in such a pit, stop everything. If you were building a house that got you there, stop it. If you took some loan to do a business that got you there, stop it. Any decision you took that got you there, pause it and give yourself 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Be that disciplined to stay on it to solve that problem before you proceed. The reason I said it's going to be difficult is because to see yourself stagnant for 3 years while your colleagues are doing things is humiliating. But it's one of the best ways to solve your problem once and for all. If you don't do it, it will take you 25 years to be in that pit. So just pause everything. Now take the decisions to come out of it little by little. If you took some loan and that loan is stressing you, be paying it small, small till you finish it. If you invested in a business and the business took the money, stop it. Keep on working at your job and be looking for small, small means of making some small, small money, just like we said, without needing a big capital. And once you're able to come out of it, the lessons alone will make you richer than Elon Musk. Before you start over, all over again. It is the way. It is the way. You just need to get to a time that you say, I have pressed the pause button on life. Let me solve problems first. And I think if we do that, we will get better.
Thank you. I think pausing all activities in your life, I always term that as a silent moment in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a moment you go back, you do introspection,
Mm-hmm.
figure out where you have made your mistakes, what you
Mm-hmm.
should have done, how you
Mm-hmm.
should have done it. Go
Mm-hmm.
back, think through all these things. When you
Mm.
start, nobody can actually stop you again.
Nobody stops you. You know
Yeah.
the route already.
So as some psychologists will say, when you are starting again, you are not starting from ground zero. You're going to start on experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody asked a question. The person says, what of those of us who are still in school? What small businesses can we do to support ourselves?
School as in SS or
The
university level.
person maybe possibly invested. The person just says school.
Okay, do drop shipping. Drop shipping, on your weekends when you don't have class, go to the market. If you are close to a market, go to the market. Take pictures of products from shops, physical shops. Post it. Use your social media. Post them. Instead of posting Akabeneza and Co funny videos all the time, when you post one of the Akabeneza video, the next thing should be business. If you post one funny video, the next thing should be business. Because people are watching your status. They are watching the comedies and all of that. So once you post a comedy, you add a business. When the person orders for it, you charge them, then you deliver through the shop. Call the shop to deliver to the person, and you make some commission. This is business. Or you can go online. People who are selling online, people who are selling on Amazon, who are selling on what do you call Jumia, people who are selling on Facebook and all of that. Contact them. I want to be selling for you so that I will be making commission. These are the things you can sell. And by so doing, you need to find out what the people around you are looking for. Find out what the people around you are looking for. Then you'll be able to, what do you call, provide those services or those products and you sell to them. Also, you can create content online. We want to know how university life looks like. How do you wake up and go to class? You see, these are petty content creation ideas. Any day you wake up, this is what we're doing today. I'm in the university, we're doing this. This person did this today in the class. It was awkward. We all laughed. With just a minute or two. You'll be surprised that such videos can even go viral. And you become a content creator. Start to learn some skills. Take some pictures, some different ways of taking pictures, and be posting it. Before you know it, people are attracted to your Instagram page. So these are the things. And by the time you come out of school, you have a skill. All of these things I'm speaking, I didn't learn them in the school, but I probably got some of the traits from the school because of my engagement with people in the school. You see, so let's come out of school with skills, ideas, and even while we're in school, let's use our ideas to make some coins, small, all of that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Apam Jonathan. What will be your closing remarks to those who are watching and those who come and watch later?
All right. So if you're watching now or you are coming to watch later, I would beg you. We are targeting people who are like us. If your father is rich, if you are rich, you can pass by. But those who really need this are the people who are like us. And we are not talking this way because we have made it. We are talking this way because we have seen the light. We have seen what others did and they became successful. We have learned it and we are doing the same thing and it's working for us some way, somehow already. And that's what we want you to be carried on this journey. Because mind you, if I became successful at 45 years before I start to share this information, you will also be at 45 or even 50 at the time. And this information will be useless to you. So that's why we want to carry you along while we travel the journey together. Always make sure you are thinking about the future. Because now that you are young, you think you are energetic. By the time it's coming, that energy will be drained. It will go down. So you need decisions that will carry you into the future. The monument, the material things are things we all need, but we must solve a particular problem first, which is our finances. If we're able to tackle the finances, all of these things will be easy to get. You will just call a mason, you will just call an engineer and say, I want my house to be built in 1 year. How can we do that? Because you have solved the problem. You will not be going to a bank to take loan and then you take 7 years to pay before you get to lintel level and wait for another 7 years. And then you are building towards your retirement. How can you have an idea that I have to start building when I retire 60 years before I finish that building and I go and stay in it for 10 years and die? Brothers and sisters, life is much better if you are able to succeed at least at your youthful age or at your prime age, let's say 45 to your 50s. Let's put these measures in place, and I'm sure we'll all be glad when we meet in the future. I want to see everybody in the future with myself, and let's enjoy it together. Thank you very much for having me on this great platform. I am also thinking that very soon I will have you on my platform. And you know what I'm going to ask?
I
I'm
don't,
going to
I,
ask you your 10 years experience.
okay.
All right.
Mr. Pam, on behalf of the empire, that is Masego Empire, I'm so grateful
All
for
right.
sharing this insightful information and experiences with us. See, if I want to quantify this, I wouldn't even be able to pay you for what you have done. This is incredible. I'm
It's my
grateful.
pleasure. It's
It
my
is it
pleasure.
is my expectation that those who are watching, those who come and watch, they will have a feel, they will discover themselves. They will be able to pick some of these informations that you have shared with us and
Yeah.
make their lives better. When I started the program, I said there is something common among us. That is, we are all coming from a very poor background.
Yeah.
For me, people say that we shouldn't say you are from poor background. You should say you are from challenging background. You are from a humble family. I always wish to say I'm from a poor family. It's simple. So
Yeah.
those who are like us will learn something and better themselves. And you
Yeah.
have also said something that some people may not even be these are people who are called to be teachers. Some
Yeah.
people are just using the training college, the nursing training as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
If that is the situation in somebody's life, then it is very important that the person will do everything possible within his or her capabilities to move from the training college to move from the teaching this sector, to move from the nursing sector or what have you, because what we are all chasing is what the long-term goals. What we are chasing is what our future. Thank you so much, my brother. I'll catch you up on the other side.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest. I think you are in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye bye.
All right. Okay.